It's lovely to have everyone together.
How about a shandy, love?
Oh, no, I can't, Don.
Come on, do you good.
You know I can't. There's my medication.
Well, I will.
Leanne, a fella called Lou something just rang.
Lou? He's the pop from America.
Do they get poetry over there?
I told him you call him back when we finished our tea. Drink up, Brian. Well, soon I'll have two daughters who've graduated from the Teachers' College. Bronwyn and Leanne will be able to support their father in his old age. How was your prac teaching, Leanne?
I can't imagine it going any better.
Bronwyn tells me you're thinking of getting into photography. Professionally, that is.
Mm.
Isn't it a bit insecure?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you be better off keeping it as a hobby? I mean, have you looked at the long-term prospects yet? And compared it with a teaching career?
Yeah, actually, I have looked into it.
Later on, when you have kids, you'll want to be able to give them all the extras. Swimming, piano lessons.
Kids?
Well, let's say you're at home for 15 years. When they're in high school, you can go back to $60. We adjust that for inflation. Benefits, sick leave.
It's jobs like teaching that make people sick.
That's nice, Brian.
You know, my parents never bothered to take any photographs at all. If you were relying on the documentary evidence, it's as if I never existed. I always vowed my own family would never be like that.
Love, you can't just walk out on Brian every time the two of you have a fight.
You know that thick red dust that you get at Yallaroo? He's always tracking dirt through the house.
Well, hardly sounds like the end of the world, love.
As soon as there's a bit of wind, the dust just blows through everything. Close all the windows and all the doors, and it just seeps through everything. Brian doesn't even seem to notice.
I mean, goodness, your mother and I would have separated long ago if we'd worried about every little thing. You were the one who wanted to get married, love. You just gotta try and take things a bit more in your stride.
You did say this week, Bron.
You know I did, Brian.
And don't forget, Brian, when you're going down Main North Road just before the turn-off, watch out for the new set of traffic lights.
Wave to your brother-in-law, Leanne.
Sure.
Well, I can't confirm anything just yet.
When will you know?
I'll send a specimen to the lab, then 3, maybe 4 days.
As long as that?
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I will want to start making plans.
We'll post the results out to your registered mail. Till then, fingers crossed.
That front lawn's dying for a cut, Gary. Did you hear what I said? Perhaps you could give it a quick mow.
It's 100 degrees outside, Mum.
I can't be expected to do everything myself. I've invited Rhonda, such a pretty girl I met through Avon, round for tea, and I do want the place looking nice.
Do you know that R.D. Lang,
What show's he on, Gary? I can't always keep up.
he's a famous psychologist, Mum. Anyway, Lang has such respect for life that he can't bring himself to harm even a blade of grass.
Dear God, whatever must his front yard look like?
To wear. Cue audience warmer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to welcome you here to the Channel 8 studio, the home of Adelaide's favourite program, The Tonight Show! Are you a good audience? Yes! Well then, please welcome your host, Mr. Ray Sugars.
Isn't that lovely? Hey, hold that a bit higher, Wheeler. Okay, before we start, we've got something very special for you tonight. A sneak preview of my film clip. And this is dedicated to my lovely fiancée, Dee.
Girl on my mind, and there ain't no place to go to. Girl on my mind, and there ain't no place to go. Oh, I tell myself not to cry, 'cause I could die. I waiting for you. Oh, oh, tears will fall today. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, Brian,
Yeah,
how come you didn't go back with Brian?
I told you. I needed a rest.
From what?
Nothing in particular, just
What?
nothing.
Aren't you two getting along?
Why do you always think everything's Brian's fault?
I was only asking.
It's all right for you, Leanne. You can do anything you like.
Sure. Anything sensible.
At least you've got your career to look forward to. Now that I'm married, Brian doesn't want me to teach.
Hey, maybe Gary could marry me.
You know, I really liked being a teacher. The other day, I was so bored. Ended up colouring the picture on the back of the cornflake box.
Be okay though, won't you, Bron?
Don't worry.
You have to promise me one thing.
What's that?
You'll never, under any circumstances, leave the toaster plugged into the wall after you've turned it off, because there was this case.
Yeah, there was a case. In Melbourne a few years ago. The toaster exploded and it destroyed the whole house.
Yeah, and the family cat only narrowly escaped.
come with us. We're gonna take you away. Make up your mind. You know we're leaving to stay.
You're frightening the life out of me. Why?
Shouldn't you be at school?
Mum, what did Grandad die of?
You must look after your things, Leanne.
I need to know for the insurance forms.
Is this a wine stain on your skirt? What are you doing drinking in the middle of the day?
Mum.
I'll have to put it into soak with some.
Mum, just tell me what Grandad died of.
I don't know, love.
You must know.
I just said I don't know. Didn't you hear me? I don't know. You'll have to ask your grandmother.
I haven't seen you and you haven't seen me, okay?
No sweat, miss.
This all seems to be in order, Miss Ferris. There are, however, a few details of your family medical history missing. Perhaps we could just go through those now. Maternal grandfather.
Lance Jones.
Date of birth?
July the 4th, 1899.
Deceased?
December the 5th, 1939.
Of course, madam. The war.
My husband hanged himself in the back shed. Your grandfather worked at Dalgetty's Trading in the city. We met at a concert at the town hall.
But what happened?
He'd fought one war, Leanne. He just couldn't face another.
I'm an adult, you know. You might have told me.
Oh, told you what, Leanne?
About your father. You know, hanging himself. It's a pretty major thing to cover up.
What?
Grandad hanging himself? Poor Gran. Must have been a terrible shock.
I don't know. I wasn't much more than a child.
Yeah, when it happened.
Don't say yeah, Leanne. All your grandmother told me was that Dad had gone away.
What, you mean she just kept it to herself? I don't understand, but didn't you wonder where he'd gone? Or why?
I suppose so. All I remember now is waiting.
Come on over, sweetheart. Come on. Over you come. Come on. Come and have a seat. There you go. Just sit down here. So, tell us, how old were you when you started playing the fiddle, sweetheart?
4. Only 4 years old. Isn't that marvellous?
That is marvellous. Coming up very soon, our end-of-season special. It's a bit of a surprise, but I can promise you some big overseas